Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Age, and today I am going to be talking about the show on Amazon called The Hazbin Hotel. And it's officially a new show, but initially it was a web series online. And I remember a few years ago, I forgot how long it was, but I saw some of the episodes online. I watched a few of them, and I don't believe I finished them because they weren't all out yet. And with so much other stuff on the internet to watch, I guess my interest in it just kind of dwindled. So when I saw it on Amazon Prime one day, I was looking at it, I was like, that show looks familiar. I don't know if I saw it before. And then I was like, wait, is that what I think it is? Is it that show? And it turns out that was the show. But I think that this new series on Amazon is going to have a few changes to the plot. I'm not sure. I didn't really do my research on it. But I do remember that I did like the show back in the day. And I wish that I would have watched it completely so I could know what was going on. So instead, I'm going to go episode by episode, and I'm just going to discuss from beginning to end what goes on in each of them, and just about some of the characters and events that's taking place in the show. So, if you're ready, let's get into it. We start off with the history of how hell was created. We have Lilith and Lucifer who started it. Lucifer was cast out of heaven, and him and Lilith were put into hell because they gave Eve free will with the apple. And in this lore, Lilith was Adam's first wife, but she and Adam did not get along because she refused to be dominated by a man, and she left Adam. And Lucifer found her, and he loved her for that. So off the bat, I am loving the girl power. And of course, in this global patriarchal society, a strong woman, strong-willed, would be seen as bad. So after Lilith left, God gave Adam Eve. And that's when you have Lucifer corrupting Eve with the apple of free will. This is what corrupts humanity. And I guess it's the last straw for heaven with Lucifer. This is also like a very sexist thing in the Bible too, because Eve is a woman and she's also seen as and blamed as the reason why humanity has to deal with sin. But that is another story, and we are not talking about Eve right now. I never knew why Lilith wasn't mentioned in the Christian Bible. I never checked any other type of religious book, so I don't know too much of the history on Lilith, but I have heard of her before. Anyway, heaven threw Lucifer out, and he and Lilith were cast to hell with all of the bad souls who chose to do like more corrupt things, evil things with their time on earth and with the free will that they were given. Lucifer's issue with heaven was also that he didn't follow the rules, and he was a dreamer and a creator. We all know, structure doesn't like free will and creativity, and Lucifer had to go basically. He eventually became depressed from it. But the Lord tells us that Lilith thrived and hell was doing quote unquote good. So heaven didn't like that and decided to exterminate the souls in hell so that they wouldn't grow too powerful and potentially overthrow heaven. That is what I am getting so far. So a little bit about the exterminations. They happen once a year, and angels just descend from heaven, go to hell, and slaughter anything and everything that they can get their hands on. And later on in the show, we find out that heaven, they're going to move the exterminations from once a year to 6 months because, and I don't know if this is because, I don't know if they just wanted to do it, but I believe it's because they found an angel that was killed during the last extermination, and it's starting to shake stuff up in heaven because it has never happened before. An angel has never been killed by a demon before. And that is where the story starts. An extermination just happened. Also, we start to meet some of the main characters in the story. First, we see Charlie, aka Charlotte. She's the daughter of Lucifer and Lilith. She's like the main character here. And she is abnormally optimistic. All she has ever known was living in hell. She's never been on earth or lived as a human, nor has she ever been to heaven. And later on, we also find out that she apparently is excused from the exterminations because she is considered an unborn, and she never really had the opportunity to choose what she would do with the free will. She was just always in hell. Then there's a Vaggie. Her name actually sounds like vagina. And she's Charlie's girlfriend, who seems like one of the only ones in hell that doesn't have like an evil head on her shoulders. She seems to be more rational thinking and kind of like the one that sees everything that's going on. You know, that character who is much like the viewers of the show, who kind of sees everything that's going on and knows that things aren't right? Well, that is Vaggie in the series. Also, I think she's apparently Spanish, porque dice este pendejo, and I'm just like, But then I realized I think the creator is Spanish too, so I gotta see. I've noticed a lot of Spanish characters, and like I said, I haven't done my research on the show fully, but I mean, if she is, that's a plus for me. Next, we have Alistair. He is the radio demon, aka an overlord in hell, who in this episode was making a commercial to get the souls to come to the hotel and to be fixed. He also named the hotel the Hazbin Hotel because he thinks the idea that Charlie has to rehabilitate the souls is kind of stupid. And he thinks that Charlie is also delusional herself and that her plan is not going to work. I also believe he owns the hotel with Charlie. Also, Alistair has been gone for 7 years, just like Lilith, and he only arrived a week ago. Next, we have Angel Dust, aka Anthony. He is my absolute favorite. He is a coked up porn star who is apparently a celebrity in hell. He is always sexually charged, and we will get into his character more later. We're actually going to get into all the characters more later as the show goes on, because each episode, I believe, kind of digs deeper into the characters and their history and their reasons for ending up in hell and doing whatever they do in the show. Then we have Husk. He is a cat, like a bartender at the hotel. And to me, he would be the next person after Vaggie to kind of have a okay head on his shoulders. But I do believe he deals with like gambling or something like that and drinking. Each character has their vice. They're in hell. Then we have Nifty, who is the housekeeper. She is also creepy as all get out. And I can't wait for her backstory because I'm very interested to see just who she is. So those are like the main crew so far that we meet. We will meet Adam later on. We will meet Sir Pentius, who joins the hotel for a little bit. But they haven't popped up yet. So anyways, Alistair is supposed to be doing a commercial, but he actually did a sarcastic commercial down in the hotel and basically calling Charlie delusional, like I said before. He doesn't say anything about what Charlie and Vaggie are actually trying to do with the Hazbin Hotel, which is to rehabilitate sinners' souls and hope that they can go to heaven instead of being killed in exterminations. Charlie sees the demons as her people and human souls, and she wants to pitch the idea to heaven that souls could be rehabilitated. And I think that this is going to be like the big theme in the show with Charlie. She's going to be fighting a stubborn heaven about this idea of rehabilitation. Anyway, the commercial does nothing that Vaggie and Charlie wants, and they shoot down Angel Dust's suggestion that they use porn to get the guests interested in the hotel. So Vaggie decides that she's not going to use Alistair and take matters into her own hand and create a commercial without him. Angel Dust makes a point that, hey, since Alistair is an overlord, can't he just force people to stay at the hotel? Basically, like Husk, the bartender, he's stuck at the hotel because of Alistair, which we'll learn about later. But Vaggie tells Angel that they don't want to have to force the souls to come to the Hazbin Hotel. They want the people to come to the Hazbin Hotel on their own free will. So, in other news, Lucifer calls Charlie to fill in on a meeting with Adam. And yes, he's the Adam from heaven, like the first man Adam. And Charlie breaks into song because she thinks that it would be a good opportunity to get heaven to listen to her plan about rehabilitating the souls. Of course, we all know that it most likely won't work, but she is so happy and she decides to go singing and down the street. And might I add, the songs in this show are really great. I love 2 songs in particular. Well, actually 3 songs. But then again, I haven't saw the last 2 episodes yet of the series, so I am waiting for that. So while Charlie is singing down the street, everyone that she is passing on the streets of hell is just miserable. To have people fighting, getting killed, cannibalism, and it's actually quite hilarious because while she's so happy and chipper, everybody's like, they hate their lives, they hate whatever this hell place is. And another thing I think is quite hilarious is how many times Charlie has been called bitch already in this show. So Charlie ends up meeting with Adam, or like the virtual version of Adam, because he was like, I will never come to hell. And he is an absolute asshole. He's just every bad trait. He's proud, annoying, he's cocky, he's not very smart. He's just trash. And so while Charlie is trying to pitch her idea to him and make him listen, he refuses to do so. And I think he kind of hears a little snippet about like getting the souls into heaven that are from hell. And he basically sings the song, Hell is Forever. That's what he tells Charlie, hell is forever. Souls can't be rehabilitated from hell. We also learn about, well, this is where we learn that Charlie is also exempt from extermination. That's what Angel behind Adam tells Charlie. Also here we learn that the extermination is moved up from 1 year to 6 months. So Charlie gets absolutely nothing accomplished and the meeting is over. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, Vaggie is having a horrible time trying to get the commercial to come together. It isn't coming along well. We also see how Angel Dust is so overly sexual to, well, almost everyone in the hotel. But here he's coming on to Husk while they're trying to shoot the commercial. This would be a running thing, especially between Husk and Angel, I feel like. And then, besides those two, Nifty does a horrible job also at shooting. Whenever a Veggie turns on the camera, Nifty doesn't say anything. She doesn't say her lines and just stares at the camera with these weird... She's crazy. So Alistair decides to make a deal with Veggie that if he doesn't have to mess with the television tech, he would give Veggie all of the things she needs for a good commercial. And they could have it done in time before Charlie gets back. She agrees begrudgingly, but he explains that he doesn't want her soul for it. And so she gets the commercial done. So when they finally try to show Charlie, whenever she comes back from meeting Adam, they start the commercial, but it's cut off by the news. And word of the extermination being moved up has spread all over hell. Then finally, in one of the last scenes in the show, we see a little angel drone looking for the decapitated body of the angel that was killed during the last extermination. And then we see Adam and his little henchwoman talking about how they're about to plan their revenge on hell. That was the end of episode 1, and I'm so excited to talk about this show. I've watched all the way to episode 6 already, and I'm just waiting for the last 2 episodes to come out because I believe that it's only going to be 8 episodes. So thank you for listening. I'm super excited to see what this show is going to bring, all the themes that are going to come with it, all the characters that we are going to meet, and I will see you guys another time.